Hey guys, trying this again. It's Trace Face. I'm having some serious technical difficulties out here. Of course, right? Because, I'm trying to connect with people during a pandemic, and of course I'm going to have all kinds of technical difficulties. So just let me know if you guys can or can't hear me, and throughout the video, that would be awesome, so that I know. But I think I figured it out. I hope I figured it out. um, so I just, yay, people are coming through, yay. I just want to apologize. I did start to do a video a few days ago, and it was super choppy and terrible, so I had to take it down. And I'm realizing that my content was pretty viral in terms of what a lot of narcissism coaches were talking about. And so it's really, I guess, from what a lot of my clients are telling me, it's nothing new of what I would say to what a lot of them were saying. And I just want to reiterate that during this time, this can be very triggering for narcissistic abuse, because it is very much it's very similar to narcissistic abuse, such as, gaslighting and lying and feeling trapped and not knowing the truth and walking on eggshells and being afraid. So I just want to say to all of you tonight, please don't forget that I offer one-to-one coaching. You can email me at tracefaceit@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to include you on coaching sessions coming up, as well as, and give you the breakdown of what my prices currently are. And I'm going to be doing another prayer and fast. So if you're interested, please make sure you email me, as well as groups. I'm doing a lot of groups right now. People would like to be a part of a group and be a part of something that they can come to regularly during this pandemic and this quarantine that you guys are all experiencing. Okay. Having said that, I was thinking, and I was thinking about a lot of things. Of course, I have a lot of time to do that now, because I'm not running around back and forth to this, that, the other thing, meeting with clients. So I was thinking, in terms of a lot of the sessions I had this week, these evenings that I've been doing sessions, and what people are sometimes suffering with and trying to understand. And that is that the narcissist, you guys, is going to abandon you, okay? The narcissist will abandon you, all right? Why does the narcissist abandon us? Well, because they are constantly on this wave of, I have to get you before you get me. That is what's consistently going on within their skull all the time. All right, all day, every day. They're constantly looking at everybody and everything in the world like, I have to get you before you would ever get me. So that is why you're always going to see that, they got one foot in, one foot out. They don't ever give 100% towards one relationship, one job, one person, one commitment. They don't know how to commit, because in their heads, they're always thinking about, how do I get them before they get me? So you could have essentially everything in the world going for you, okay, that you could provide to a narcissist in a relationship and as a friend, as a family member, what have you, all right, as a sibling, whatever it is, you could have those things that you would be able to provide to that person and give. Well, the narcissist will take it, but they are not going to do equal parts with you. There's no equal exchange in the relationship at all. So what you're giving, yeah, guys, they're taking and taking and taking and taking. They are not going to give you the same in return, because to them, that means that they're weak. To them, that means that they're vulnerable. And my God in heaven, they are not going to be in that place. They are not going to be in that predicament. They are not going to give everything to you and give. They're not going to give, period. That is a very scary place for a narcissist, guys. So you have to understand that they are going to go out there and they are going to set things up so that if at any given point in time you were to pull the rug from underneath them and come home and say, you know what, I don't love you anymore. I don't have feelings for you the same way anymore. That, or I'm leaving tomorrow, or I have an exit plan, or we're done here. That is the narcissist's worst nightmare. For a lot of the malignant ones, it's because they want to have control over you. So God forbid that someone were to ever come home and pull that stunt on them. No, that's what they're supposed to do. So understand that even in the love bombing stages, guys, even in the love bombing stages, they're doing this. They are going out and setting up other things so that they have a fallback, so that they can ensure themselves that at any given point in time, no matter who it is, no matter what it is, they will not be hurt. They will abandon you before you can abandon them. That's why they project the blame game to you. They project what they're doing onto you. They blame you for everything. They're accusing you of cheating because they're cheating. They're accusing you of lying because all they do is lie. They're telling you that you're an angry and jealous individual while they know they are sitting there and triangulating you with someone else and trying to get you worked up. They know exactly what it is they're doing. Exactly. So in this whole charade, you must understand two things. Number one, the first thing you have to see openly with everything wide open for you, okay? This is all a game to them. This is all a game to them. Everything. From the moment that they try and they're preying on you, this is predatory that they're doing. You know, we think of it as love bombing. In all actuality, they're just being predators. They're preying upon you, okay, during the love bombing stage. So they're preying on you. Right? They get you. They're fishing, and they catch you, and they reel you in, and then they spit you back out, and then they reel you in, and then they spit. And all they're doing is, in all these actions and games, because everything to a narcissist is a game, you guys. It is all a game. Everything from the moment that they wake up to the moment they go to sleep, it's games. And how do I win the game? And am I winning today? And is so-and-so winning over me? Oh, I can't have that. How, when they're hoovering you guys, when they're hoovering you after you've left, you gotten out of their web, or even they discarded you and you're out, they're still going to hoover. They're going to try and hoover. Why? Because how dare anybody get out of my control seat? I had you in that control seat for a certain amount of months, years, decades, what have you. And I'm going to continue to try and do that. You belong to me, and you're part of my world and my game. That is what they're saying, guys. Many of you that I coach, and you can attest to this, I end up telling you guys a lot. Okay, a lot of stuff that I do not share on the channel. Why? Because it's my personal belief that having a coach that actually had experience and can explain that experience, those experiences to you, is much more valuable than having a therapist that through HIPAA laws cannot talk about their own personal life and experiences, which to me makes absolutely no sense, and I just don't even get it. However, and not to knock anybody that is a therapist and what have you, because I know a lot of good ones, I do. But I think that's what makes this coaching so special, is because I can do that, and I will do that, and I will put myself out there to you guys when you're telling me certain things, and I think it's appropriate to share certain things that are very personal with you. That's what makes this healing process, I think, occur, because I'm able to do that and you're able to feel comfortable with me. It's that exchange. Okay. Well, having said that, there is just so much that, unless you've been through this type of abuse, and it is very strategic and it is very insidious, and those aren't even the words for it. I mean, if I could find even better words than that, I'd use them. And that's why you guys know that I believe this is a spirit that is inside of these people. Okay. Well, having said that, uh, there is so much that you have to be able to recognize to be able to heal, number one, and to be able to even see it while you're living amongst it. All right. You have to have your spirit world open while you are living with these people. And once that world is open, there's no going back. You can't actually even see, physically. You can't go back just right into the physical world after you've seen it spiritually. You can't. It's actually impossible. So I want you guys to always remember, a lot of you, I got a lot of you I'm working with that blame yourself. You blame yourself for the narcissist actions and behaviors. And you can't. I have to remind all of you, they were like this long before you came on board. They are gonna be like this long before you're away from them. Long after you're away from them, they will be this way. This is who they are. Sure, the next person, they're gonna be more strategic. And I've seen narcissists get more strategic and more manipulative and better at the game the older they get. But remember, as they're getting older, they're getting worse and worse with their characteristics too. They are getting worse and worse. Their face is morphing into more of a demon. You think I'm crazy? Watch. Now, I will not, okay? I got a lot of people still telling me that they're looking online because they're sitting home during a pandemic and they're bored and their mind is racing and their mind is ample. Okay, guys, I'm going to reiterate what I said the other night. I know the video didn't get uploaded, unfortunately, but I did say during this time, if you have to be home because you can't be out and your job is considered non-essential and what have you, you're home. Make yourself a schedule and literally stick to it. Literally make yourself a schedule. And I'm talking like from 10 to 12, I paint. I dust off those paintbrushes that I once loved to use and I paint. From 12 to 1, I look for online jobs. There's a lot of companies right now hiring for online positions you can work right from home. Whatever it is, but make yourself a schedule. If you have your own business, put all that time and effort now toward that business. But do not let your mind wander and do not let yourself regress. Don't do it, guys. Do not. Do not look on their social media profiles. I got a lot of people telling me that they've done it recently. Because you're sitting at home and you're curious. All right. That's what the demon wants. The demon inside of them, or demons, I believe, plural, want you back in their web, want you back in their web of confusion and questioning and wondering and then thinking about them again, and then the visuals that you have now because you looked on their social media. Guys, don't do that to yourself. I haven't looked on social media for the clowns of my past, and I can't even tell you how long it's been. And that's the key to my healing, honestly. Because even if I could go on there right now and laugh, which I know I would, it would be funny to me. I don't need to see a visual of even their face and the demon eyes that they had. I looked into those demon eyes enough days of my life to know. I don't need to see that any longer, okay? I got beautiful eyes I get to look into in this house of my cats, okay? They got beautiful eyes. They got protecting eyes. They got spiritual. Cats to me are very spiritual creatures, and they protect. Just as dogs, the same thing. The dogs and cats to me are very, very spiritual, very protective, very honest, open. There's no evilness in them. I mean, I know that there are some animals out there, but the poor things have been abused. All right. Now, we could say the same thing for the narcissist, right? Well, animals act completely different in nature to a human being. What is supposed to be a human being. All right. And as you guys know, I don't believe that these people are human beings. I do not. I personally, my personal opinion, from all the research I've done, from all the experience I've had being around these people, I am a firm believer that these people had doors open when they were either abused, okay? Physically, mentally, spiritually, sexually, doors became open when they were kids, all right? And when they got to an age, I believe, because I have friends that had it far worse than any of the narcos in my life, far worse. And I'm talking abuse that I can't even discuss on this channel. All right. I believe that you get to a certain age in adulthood that you can choose one of two paths to go by. And you can choose this path, or you can choose this path based on what happened to you. All right. Well, it all, like I said, I'm always going to say, it boils down to character and integrity. It does not boil down to, oh, what they knew for skills and what they do and psychology and all of you that want to come on here and argue psychology with me. I got a video to share with all of you. Very interesting. Where a researcher of the brain and psychology literally comes out and says that psychology is basically all opinion. Yes. I've been saying this for years. This is why I didn't go back to school and get a master's in psychology or whatever, or doctorate, which is at one point what I wanted to do. Because something inside of me said, something deep inside of me said, I don't know that I believe 100% in it. I believe psychology is great, like I said, to get us the terminology and the behaviors. It helps us to understand the behaviors. I have seen some documentaries on people with schizophrenia. I have seen documentaries on people that apparently are bipolar or borderline personality or whatever it is. I think that if people got more educated on spiritual stuff and how these things can enter a person, and it's typically through sin, excess drinking, drugs, pornography, being unfaithful, fornication, you name the sin, you name it. You keep doing that enough times and you keep living that lifestyle, you're an open door for these things to come on in and take charge of your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. And then those things are looking to destroy all those people around them. It is much greater than psychology, guys. It's much, much greater. Expand your mind to it. Learn. Sit back and witness. Look into their eyes. If you happen to still be around these narcissists, look at their eyes. I'm going to leave this open now for questions. Thank you so much. I can't see how many people are on right now. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of the live session with me. I think I figured stuff out in here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to do more videos. This week was nutty for technology in my house. Well, we know what that is, don't we? I had a mission set out for this week. I think those of you that set up service coaching with me and signed up for the groups, this is helping me tremendously to continue to work and to have a focus here and to be able to help you. So I thank you so much. All right, guys, what do you have for questions for me? I'll leave it open here. It looks like you, I love the live chat because you guys get to converse with one another, and I like that. Oh, God. All right, Missy, you know, this is the other thing I did address the other night. Guys, the narcissist behavior is going to be ample during this crazy time that they can't go out and get supply. And it's the truth. The abuse is gonna be increased. Again, if you are in immediate need of help, you do not stay in the house with your abuser. You get out and you call the police. You go to the neighbors next door. If they hid your cell phone, if they did crazy things, you get out. You have to get out. You have to protect yourself. You can contact me to do sessions with me so I can give you some strategies to handle the narcissist. If you are stuck in between four walls with a narcissist, contact me at tracefaceit@gmail.com so that I can get you some coaching and get you some help, because I know this is increasing. They already said the domestic violence has increased in the last week and a half since all this happened. So this is not good at all. All right. There are certain things, guys, I have to tell you. When you do coaching with me, I will tell you what you're doing. Once you tell me your story and everything going on, there's things that you're doing and things that you should be doing when you have to live in between walls with an abuser. All right? Would only a narcissist move a new supply into your home before you can move out after 14 years together? Yes. Oh, God. Yes. They don't care. Oh, God, that's like ample. That's like double the amount of supply they're getting doing something like that. Oh, God. They absolutely are getting off on that. Let me just tell you. My narc brother has been slandering me. I have evidence. Should I expose him? Why or why not? So, Quinn, it's always best to decide when you are going to expose someone and when you're not going to expose someone. And it's usually based on circumstances. So if it's going to affect anything like your children or you and your safety, that's huge, okay? When you do expose a narcissist, you want to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, okay? You want to make sure you've already consulted possibly with somebody that knows law, an attorney or a mediator or someone that does mediation, or somebody that does that is studying law, perhaps, that can give you this information. It's always best to kind of figure that part out. If they are violent or ever exhibited any actions of violence in the past, you do want to make sure that you are protected before you're going to go and put out a public post about your abuser, okay? There are ways to expose abusers without ever having to come out and say their name, all right? I've researched and know all about it. But if this is actually a sibling of yours and you are trying to get family and friends to understand what you're dealing with, well, that's personally up to you, but you have to make sure that you're safe and protected. And so if you have kids and have others that you need to worry about being protected, because they will backlash, they will try. Narcissists are the type, they're going to try and do all kinds of things to take you under with them. They're going to bring you to their levels with them. So you have to have all of that stuff aligned, all right, before you're going to do it. And I applaud those people that expose narcissists. Alleluia, because they should be exposed, okay? How do narcs cope with death? Well, they like to really dive into their vices when death happens. So if their vice was womanizing, their vice was finding men and cheating on their husband with other men. Their vice was strip clubs, Asian spas, alcohol, drugs, pornography, you name it. That was their vice. They're really going to dive into their vice after a death happens. And I know this from experience. They're going to go off the deep end because they can't handle reality. They're always living in a world that's not real. So anytime realness and reality and actual events are currently happening, they can't handle it. So they're going to go right to their vices and really get on top of their vices. Yeah. That's what narcissists do. They don't handle things like that well. They just go and they do whatever is going to be a quick release, a quick, an instant gratification, instant attention, instant whatever. Let me not have to think about this. Yeah. Yep. Living by the ego. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Sky Dream, they are afraid of aging. They are absolutely afraid of aging and dying. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why they're afraid. Their time is up at that point. Time is up. Now, you see, there's some little place in the narcissist that clearly understands what they're doing, what they have done, and what is coming. Because karma is so absolutely 100% real. So they know this. So they know that death and dying and aging means that convictions, reality, discernment, pearly gates, they're coming. They're coming. And they know the pearly gates are coming. And they know that would mean that they'd actually have to do that internal work and get on their hands and knees and actually be sorry. Well, you tell me one narcissist. You tell me right now of one narcissist that has been saved, that did the work, that has been healed, that has convictions of that, of people around them that can say it. Tell me. Go ahead. I invite you to. These people made a pact with the devil, you guys. All right, they made a pact. And the thought of having that devil away from them is so scary. The devil is what drives them all day, every day. That's their master. You got one of two masters. So, Kevin, complex post-traumatic stress is very real after this type of abuse. I do know of a lot of different things that can help. Don't be afraid to reach out to me for coaching. TraceFaceIt@gmail.com. even some things I discovered on my own, just from some classes I've taken and things I've done and things I just know that worked and didn't work for that, that I won't even hand out and give to other people for, you know, and give to like therapists, for example, for, you know, something I just discovered that I know helps. They have their own things that they're supposed to be following and doing with people. But this is stuff I just kind of learned on my own. And I'd be happy to do sessions with you and help you with that. Have I ever seen one change? No. No. As a matter of fact, there is one person online right now. His name is Stephen Bancars, and I would love to do an interview with him because he basically came out a few weeks back and used the words himself. He said that he was basically a narcissist, and he had an experience with God. He witnessed God. He got on his hands and knees. He cried. And very interesting stuff. I would love to talk to him. I think he would be such an asset to have on the channel for an interview. Because I always said, if you guys go back to all my videos, I always said, if it's not by the blood of Jesus Christ, these people are never going to be saved. If it's not by, you know, the deliverance from Jesus, they'd have to go to Christ and ask for deliverance and get deliverance, receive deliverance from him, from Jesus himself. It's never going to happen. So, very interesting stuff. If you guys ever followed Stephen Bancars, I suggest you check out his stuff because it's opened my eyes to a lot. I'll just leave it at that. Well, that's exactly it. They are too arrogant and humble. They are too arrogant and they can't humble themselves. Sorry, they're too arrogant and they're too prideful to be able to humble themselves. That's the problem. And if you ever try to take a narcissist to the altar. Try to take a narcissist to confession, whatever religion you are in. Try to get the narcissist to pray with you. Try to get the narcissist, I mean, a lot of them will sit next to you in church. It's appalling. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. They will. But then try to get them to get up and go to do confession, go to receive communion, go to the altar, do any of these things. Watch what happens. And then you want to sit there and tell me there's not something inside of them? Anyways, guys, don't forget my message today that the narcissist, if you have discovered by watching my videos and others on YouTube, if you have discovered that you are with a narcissist, be prepared, guys. They will abandon you. Okay? And a lot of times it starts right in the beginning. They're abandoning you sexually, financially. They do these, they're already abandoning you. The minute they get on their phones and they're talking to other people and deleting the conversation, that's abandonment. They've already abandoned you. They're going to do that. And they most certainly are going to do that before you would ever get a shot to do it to them. That's my message today. I hope that it reaches all of you. I am Trace Face. I'll be doing a lot more videos. And you know, it's time we face the truth together. Good night. God bless.